squad have been head and shoulders above the rest. Their young guns have hit the bullseye. Misbah's men look strong to travel the distance for the second time. Karachi Kings, meanwhile, have a new look this year. They've stepped up to the challenge when it mattered most. The Kings are a step away from having a shout of glory in their own backyard. Tonight's the night to shine bright.
Well, what a massive game do we have on today at Dubai. We are back here for the big one. It's Islamabad United taking on Karachi Kings. So the situation is such that whoever wins today goes straight into the final to play at Karachi, and the loser gets a chance to play the winner of the first playoff in Lahore. It is getting to be an exciting time to be here following the HPL PSL 2018, and we're looking forward to a great game tonight. Well, these two teams just met a day earlier, and we saw that Karachi Kings dominated Islamabad United. However, they do have an advantage today because they have their players back in the camp. So it should be an interesting competitive game, but we're ready for the toss. So let's go down to Ramiz Raja, and it's been sponsored by Allied Bank. Aapke dil mein hamara account.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in about 3 hours' time, one of the two captains will is the first playoff between the number one and the number one two sides. JP Dumini is leading Islamabad United today. We've got Taimur, the Hoga Saab Pakistan mascot. Well done, Taimur. All the best to you as well.
Thank you.
Who's going to win today?
Islamabad, obviously.
My God, Owen Morgan. It's the Karachi Kings captain, and we've got the match referee as well, Mohammad Anis. Who's got the coin? JP, let's go. Heads is the call.
Heads is the call. It's a heads.
It's come down as a head. What are we doing?
We're going to have a bat first.
Any particular reason?
It looks a really good wicket. We're not sure the dew's going to be a factor, so hopefully get a good score on the board and defend it later on this evening.
Yeah, I mean, the prospects are huge. The event is huge. What are you looking at?
Yeah, it's tremendously exciting. Having two bites at the cherry to get to the final. I mean, the guys have earned that opportunity, and tonight is the first of that opportunity. We're up against a really good side, and hopefully a good enough performance built on the back of our game 2 days ago will be good enough to win tonight.
Right. Any team changes?
We've gone for the same combination, so it's the same as the last game.
Fantastic. Have a good.
Thanks, Rami.
JP, bowling first. Does it matter in a game like this?
I don't really think so, to be honest. I would have batted as well. I think runs on the board, especially in a knockout game, is vitally important. But it looks like a good wicket, so chasing is not such a bad thing.
And Misbah is not captaining the side. Any particular reason?
Yeah, he's unfortunately broken his hand in the last game, so he misses out. So we've got a few forced changes. So Saib Zada comes in for him, and Stephen Finn misses out for Samit Patel.
All right, okay. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, we're feeling very confident. Obviously, we had a great round-robin phase in this competition. So, look, at the end of the day, that's in the past now. So we got to make sure we bring our A game for this one.
Fantastic. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Right then, the news from the centre out here is that Karachi Kings have won the toss and will bat.
Well, there was lots of speculation whether Shahid Afridi is going to play today's game because he was struggling with his knee. But it's good news for his fans and Karachi Kings that he is playing, and Owen Morgan has opted to bat first. So let's see how much they put on the board, considering it's a massive game tonight, all about the nerves. And in studio with me, we've got a very sharp-looking, dapper-looking Darren Ganga. I got to say the outfit looks great, first of all.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Now, we're all very excited about today's game. And, you know, as we saw at the toss, JP Dumini was standing instead of Misbah. So, you know, that's a big blow, losing their captain.
That's right. He's a father figure in this Islamabad United side. Didn't really get much of an opportunity to bat. In the last game, he would have been met with a barrage of short balls. I think he got struck on his wrist. So it's very unfortunate that he misses out. JP Duminy.
I think it was this ball where he hit himself on the wrists as well.
That's right. So JP Duminy will have to fill that void. He's a very shrewd captain, I must say, Misbah Ul-Haq. So they will miss that leadership. He's done well for Pakistan as captain. Not playing tonight is a void in this Islamabad United team. But the one thing about this Islamabad United team, they've got a complement of players that they can turn to at any given point in time. In terms of leadership, in terms of batting, they've got a wealth of options. Even their bowling as well, lots of options. So this is still a very good Islamabad United team.
I mean, we talk about Misbah Ul-Haq's captaincy. I mean, I was speaking to some of the Islamabad United guys and they were talking about how, despite his batting, it's his leadership that they're going to miss out the most. Because he's such a strong leader, and also tactically, would you say, very strong on the field?
Yeah, his record speaks for itself. He's done very well with the Pakistan national team. And I just think that even if he's not playing, he's still a part of the technical team, and they've got a very sound technical team, this Islamabad United squad. So he will still have influence in terms of, you know, the thinking, the strategic planning. That will be critical as well. A lot of local players will look to him as a leader, as a mentor. You find comfort in guys who've done well. They wouldn't be with him on the field, but they've got to find a way of maintaining that composure and playing like they've done throughout the entire tournament. They've topped the table in the preliminary round. So this is a consistently good team.
Well, we talk about JP Duminy. They still have a very strong team with the likes of Ronke and Alex Hales, and they've got that power in the middle as well. So it's time for a short break now, and when we come back, we'll take you down for the weather report.
Islamabad United, so he will want to carry on from that.
And Islamabad United, when you look at their squad, I mean, they've got somebody like Fahim Ashraf and Shadab, who are already part of the national squad, and Fahim Ashraf, he's the leading wicket taker, with 16 wickets. So they've lost their captain, but they're still a very strong team. Very
much so. Like I said, in terms of their team, I like the look of, Talat. He is very good with both bat and ball. He's a genuine boundary hitter. But when you look at who they have at the top of the innings, Luke Ronke, he's been the most aggressive player at the top, and he's given them really good starts. Samit Patel as well with the new ball, opening the bowling. He's an asset on this team. Shadab Khan can take wickets in the middle overs. And Fahim Ashraf, he's the leading wicket taker in this year's tournament. So to have a guy like that in your squad is always an asset. And the experience of Mohammad Sami, just gelling everyone together in that bowling unit.
And not to forget, Asif Ali, he's been quite superb with his strike rate. And then they've got somebody like Sahibzada Farhan. There's a new guy on the block, to test him out, see how he does. Because we're still struggling to find openers in that national squad.
Yeah, and I understand he's a power hitter as well. So lots of boundaries at the top of the innings. That is something that could counter the bowling from the Karachi Kings. We know that if you score well at the top, it makes it very easy for the middle order batsmen to come and take that momentum throughout the innings. So if they get a good start, and if he partners with Luke Ronke and two of them fires, I think we can get a total close to 200 in this first playoff match.
Well, it was one thing for sure. Karachi Kings would be looking for Joe Denley to be giving them the start that he has been giving them so far. Now it's time for the weather report. So let's go down, and it's been sponsored by Head and Shoulders. Banao Pakistan ko dandruff free.
Well, the all-important weather for this big playoff, 1v2, and then the winner goes straight through to the final. We know that, but we've got 24 degrees, 16k winds, and you can feel a little bit of movement within the stadium tonight. And we've been talking a lot about the dew, and there's not much. You don't see any moisture really on the hand. And I think the factor today is it's not been that hot. It's been a big wind all day. The temperature hasn't dropped too much, so I don't think dew is going to be a major factor.
Which is why probably Owen Morgan opted to bat first, because seeing the conditions that Michael just showed us, there's not much dew around. Now time for a short break, and we'll be back in a couple of moments, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
As well, it's got some live grass. Even a couple of players there said, Danny, this is a proper pitch, because it should slide on beautifully. We've had a little bit of wind around. It's not quite as hot and oppressive. It's a little bit cooler, hence the dress we're in too. It's going well too, I reckon, with the green to match on with a bit of green of the pitch. tell you what, you want to get out here and just smash it to pieces, because who'll get the most runs? Let's wait and see.
Pretty much what we need out of Karachi Kings today, you know, their power hitters to be coming through, the likes of Afridi. I mean, that pitch, what do you make of it, Darren?
I think it's a little bit tricky. It's got grass, which we have not seen in Sharjah. The first leg of the tournament produced some very low scores, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the new ball. Because of the grass, because of the moisture being taken out of it, it will play a lot better from that first leg. So we'll get, you know, a lot higher in scores in terms of teams when they bat first. I've seen a lot of early lateral movement from fast bowlers at this venue. So that is something that the openers will need to factor in their play. If they go hard, they may just create opportunities for wickets. So that to me will be the balance that the batsmen will have to strike.
Well, it doesn't really have that Sharjah sheen that we see generally in Sharjah. But talking about Karachi Kings, I mean, there's one guy who's been so prolific for them. We're talking about Babar Azam. You know, he scored 350s, and he has been the most consistent batsman for them.
Yeah, he's a fine one-day player. He's got quite a number of one-day international centuries for Pakistan. A young player, just 23 years of age. A very consistent performer for this Karachi Kings team. I just feel that, you know, he needs support from the other players on his squad. Bopara has gone off the boil a little bit. He's back into the squad. I think it's important for them to make sure that they score a big total first up. This will do their confidence a whole lot good if they go on to win and play back in Karachi.
And you've got, you know, we've spoken about Joe Denley. You know, what about his fielding? We've seen him take some brilliant catches in the field. So, you know, that's a factor that needs to be taken into consideration, that it's a pressure game, so they need to hold on to their catches.
In the last couple of matches, we've seen the catching standard go down. Lots of drop catches. Joe Denley is very good with the bat. I'm surprised he's not been used with the ball as well, because he's a handy off spinner. He comes from the Kent County. Very experienced player. He's very aggressive at the top of the innings, looks for a lot of boundaries, but his all-round game would be required from Karachi Kings.
Okay, quick predictions.
Karachi Kings.
Karachi Kings, I mean, all of us want to see them in play in Karachi, because that would be absolutely historic. But for that, they do need to be putting up a good score. Now, time for a short break, and after the break, we'll take you down for all the live action. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
United versus the Karachi Kings. Top team plays the second best team of the championship. United, the leaders, Karachi Kings at number 2. You win this game and you go and fly to Karachi for the final. At the toss, it was Karachi Kings who decided to bat first after winning the toss. And a lot to look forward to. As we have a look at Karachi Kings side, Khurram Manzoor, Denley, Babar Azam, Morgan, Ingram, Mohammad Rizwan, all can bat and all can bat well. Afridi is about 70%, he's not 100%. He's got a big issue regarding his kneecap or knee area. Shinwari has been in wicket-taking form. Mohammad Amir, Mills and Irfan Jr. make the list. I've got Bazat Khan and Michael Slater. Let's discuss the Islamabad United then, Bazat.
Misbah ul Haq not available for this game, so JP Dumani captaining the Islamabad United, and Saibzada Farhan comes in for Misbah ul Haq. So this will be interesting because they've had a few changes. Roman Reis, captain in the earlier games, he's gone out back because he was unfit. So now it'll be up to JP Dumani.
Yeah, I like the look of Asif Ali, and Saibzada Farhan has got a lot of promise. Let's see whether he can deliver the goods today. And so this is how the PSL playoffs stand right now. It's the first one between Islamabad United and Karachi Kings. The team that will win today will fly out to Karachi for the final. Eliminator 1 Lahore. Slaps, you're traveling to Lahore, so that'll be good.
Looking forward to it. They're there tomorrow, Brummies, and looking forward to that game on Tuesday. But tonight is the night for these two sides to shine, to bring their A game. And it was all about qualifying. Well, they've got the job done in terms of getting in that first two, which gives them another bite at it, but it is right now that the side who hums better than the other tonight will be straight to Karachi and preparing for one last win to hopefully win the HBL PSL.
Right, then the drone ball drop. All eyes on the catcher. It takes off. And it's a sizable drop, and that's well caught. Rashid Riaz making no mistake on that occasion. Karachi Kings in a pressure game making the right decision. You would want to make use of this good-looking pitch. Go out there, not worry about the dew factor. I don't think it's going to be that big a factor here in Dubai. We saw dew having a say in Sharjah, but the weather is a lot cooler tonight, so there's less chance of dew being a hiccup or a blocker for the side. Fielding second.
Yeah, I was talking to a few people out there, and they were saying that it's been so windy today that the temperature really didn't get up where it could have done, and then if you have that temperature drop tonight, having had a hot day, that's when the dew appears, and it won't be such a factor tonight. And there's still a bit of a swirling breeze out there. You quite often don't feel it in the middle, but you could feel some movement of air, so I think that's a good thing for the game, because it's been really wet, the outfield, for that side fielding second when we're in Sharjah.
Yeah, it's become a norm for United to start off with Samit Patel, left arm spinner, and he's been in great wicket-taking form as well. A few seconds away from the start of play. Right, let's go, let's play. 5 men in the ring on the offside. And ready to rock and roll. And he's off the mark with a flick.
Yeah, big game, and big game for Khurram Manzoor. Opportunity to re-establish yourself. He scored a lot of domestic cricket, he scored a lot there, he's been consistent, but now is that big game where if he gets 60-70, he'll really be back up there and people will start talking about him again.
He's a good player of spin bowling, so that's an added advantage with Khurram Manzoor. At the top of the order, looks a beauty, this pitch. Couple of balls, and you can make out that it's going to be a tough night for the bowlers.
Yeah, you normally can't you, after the first over or two? You know whether the bowlers have got any assistance. Patel, he's been the starter for United for a while. He's had some good effect getting an early wicket. Been nice though how the pitches really did settle down the second time we came back to the venue, and the batsmen too just lifted their game, started to get used to the conditions. We've seen some stunning innings since.
Wanted to find the gap and hit it hard through the offside. It's a well protected field in the ring. 1, 2, 3, 5 men in the ring on the offside. The ball hasn't spun a lot so far. Banking on good line and length so far, Samit Patel. It's a good end to the over, just 2 from it.
Cool and cool umpires, Aleem Dar and Rashid Riaz. Caught well, that drone catch was well done. A little bit of a celebration too.
Can't make out. It's a book, not a poster. I think initially teams will be jostling for position, you know, just a little bit careful in the initial part of the innings. And then boom, we know this pitch is tailor-made for big shots. Just sizing up each other at this stage.
Always start with nervous energy, and batting is all about getting that first one away. The bowling, well, it just needs to get in that nice channel. Sammy, he's got all the experience in the world and he's been outstanding through this PSL, but batting's all about getting that first big one away. A little bit of a risk taken, and then you can get on a roll with it.
Yes, so far we haven't seen any of that risk taken on any positive stroke play yet. So Islamabad will be really happy. They bowled 9 balls, just 3 singles. Power play just sort of inching along. So as long as this sort of goes like this for Islamabad, they'll be particularly happy.
He likes the cut shot. That's well timed. The first boundary of the night.
First real width provided to Khurram Manzoor. Very good through the offside. Sami knows all about him. And just a little bit of width, and he threw his arms at it. Sped to the fence.
Yeah, a lot more straighter this time, Mohammad Sami, adjusting his line and direction. No slips. So there's an early indication that the team, United team, is reading this as a straightforward pitch. Hardly any lateral movement from Mohammad Sami so far. Banking on safety, Islamabad United. Miscues his run-up. He didn't play in the last game. Luke Ronchi was also rested. Had issues with few niggles. Mohammad Sami, Sabzada Farhan is the other change. They made 4 changes, in fact. Samit Patel, Sami, Sabzada Farhan and Luke Ronchi. JP Dumini is the skipper. No misball haq. Out injured. Yeah, he feels well at point. Shut up, 7 without a wicket. Luke Ronchi not been able to collect the ball, but beat him with good flight.
Yeah, tight start from Islamabad United and just Delhi trying to get away. Oh, big stumping miss. Just went on with the arm.
Yeah, it is a big loss and a big miss there, because Denley is one of those players you don't want to give him too many let-offs, because once he starts finding the boundaries, hard to stop. He's a good opener.
There he goes. 1 bounce over the rope. Luke Ronchi will be counting all such shots because he missed a sitter behind the stumps. This was beautifully struck out of the crease and whacked it over the bowler's head.
Much better shot. This comes down and hits it with the full face down the ground. Not a lot of spin. And perfect from Delhi.
Straight as a dime. It's a beautiful shot, isn't it?
Out of the crease once again, looking to dominate Samit Patel.
Good slip, fall in there. Good boys.
Now, this was on middle and leg stump line. Beat him from inside and he was static. Didn't react. Yeah, the intention is very clear from Joe Denley. He wants to dominate. He wants to get a few boundaries under his belt whilst the power play lasts. Another big shot just over the mid-on fielder for 4. Beautiful hitting from Joe Denley. 15 without a wicket. In the dugout. 15 without a wicket, Karachi Kings. Sami adjusting the field on the leg side. Not as fluent through the offside as he is through the leg side. Khurram Manzoor likes to cut and flick the ball. But Joe Denley with 2 boundaries. This one over mid-on.
Didn't get all of it, but just enough. Yeah, almost, but not quite.
Oh. Got it almost wrong. And you could make out that it's not a natural shot for him.
Yeah, you have to get down very early and then you hope the ball's got that right line and length for you. It's probably not so much the length sometimes, it's the line, and he just went too far outside the off stump. It was a good readjustment from Sami, so he's a clever bowler. And in the end, no wicket.
Not only a clever bowler, but an aggressive bowler also, Slats. I think his short pitch deliveries have actually worked for Islamabad United. He's still slippery at 37.
Yeah, well, he was bowling around 150 the other night. I mean, he had this range of low 150s to obviously that slower ball, but he's always mid 140, high 140s. Extraordinary at his age. No, he's been outstanding. He's been a terrific bowler right the way through this tournament.
Oh, what a catch! Yeah, he's all pumped up. This is world class from Mohammad Sami. We're talking about a playoff event where a team wins and goes through, and so your temperament is tested, your skills are being challenged. And Sami in his follow-through has taken a great catch.
His bowling's been superb, but what about this catch? Reaction catch is just coming back straight at him, and he dives to the right and takes a beauty. Mohammad Sami delivers the first blow. Khurram Manzoor walks back, he's out for 670.
This was pretty out of ordinary for Babar Azam. He's not a big striker of the ball and not the one who had hit over the top initially in the innings. Possibly just got sucked into the situation.
Yeah, look, I think that can be final nerves as well, Ramesh. You come out, you want to be confident, you want to be positive, you want to take that initial stance against the bowler, and the pepped up energy has just made you take on an early error, and he needed to get away with it to then settle at the crease, but he didn't. And it's a massive wicket. You see that King's celebration? I mean, the United celebration, I should say, given that they know this is a massive wicket. Islamabad United go crazy after this because they know that is a massive wicket. But I'll be interested to see Owen Morgan here. He hasn't scored any in 2 outings, but he's the sort of player that he can click tonight.
Yeah, big match player is Owen Morgan. Oh, what a tournament, what a performance from Mohammad Sami. 2 wickets down in power play phase. You'd want obviously a good solid base and not lose wickets. Karachi Kings opted to bat first, looking at the pitch and conditions, and so this has to work for Owen Morgan now.
A little bit of misfield, a good effort by Dumini, a single, but the things that has stood out in these first 5 overs is how straight Islamabad United are bowling. Samit Patel and Mohammad Sami.
Yeah, another good over pressure on Karachi Kings after 5 overs, 21.
Time to get the Irishman, who's captain of Karachi. Owen Morgan is up and running just as he... Oh, hello.
Could have been another wicket, eh? And it's been a problem for the Karachi Kings throughout this entire tournament. Their power play overs, they've not scored a lot of runs. Average runs per over in the power play period of the game is just about 6.5. So it's a real issue for this Karachi Kings team. Yet again today, losing wickets, and their run rate just over 4 at the moment.
Bit of UL. Wilkie in the middle. Fahim. Well, he's always at you. And this is a good start from United.
Well, it is. And Fahim Ashraf is the leading wicket taker in this tournament. He's been one of the young Pakistan guns who've really fired. But Karachi in the power play, look at those numbers, Darren. They are the lowest scorers in the power play of all the teams, and the Qalandars are top.
Yeah, exactly what I said earlier, and it's something that they will need to work on. Just like Baba Azam as well, you know, trying to go too hard too early, only his second delivery. He's been the mainstay in terms of the batting for Karachi Kings, so he's a valuable player in this squad. I still think in T20 cricket as a batsman, you need to give yourself a couple deliveries to get in, get accustomed to the conditions.
Massively. Brain explosion. He got not out 29 and saw it home on Friday night in Sharjah, and he was 66, so he's the form player. He's the star linchpin, if you like, in the top 4, because they've had to muck around with the order. They've had Morgan come in, has to be captain because of things happening in terms of injuries with Ahmad Wasim. That's crisp.
He smacked that, didn't he? That really was timed nicely. It's pretty obvious to say this, but Morgan needs a score. Even with England, he's been having a string of low scores. He really needs to step up for Karachi today. Perhaps involve these in the Pepsi catch a crawl.
Oh, money galore. Darren, aren't you going out there later?
Yeah, I wish I could be in the stands. Giving myself a chance to take a catch.
Well, needs to rev up here a bit. There's a few more coming in. But start of the working week, of course, here in Dubai. Start of the playoffs. That is handsome from Morgan.
Well, he's bowled a lot of his deliveries short, Fahim Ashraf. It has accounted for a lot of wickets. He's a leading wicket taker. This time too short. It's a different surface to Sharjah. The ball doesn't slide on that much, so the batsman, and Owen Morgan on this occasion, he has more time to play the shot. Look at it, he's not rushed, rolls his wrists over the ball, gets another boundary.
He's going to feel good for that, isn't he? The one through the covers for 2, and now that pull for 4.
A lovely way to get things moving. And he's on the charge here, and it's a peach. Really good finish from Fahim. It's 29 for 2. You're looking gorgeous in your green, Ellen Wilkins, I've got to say. Oh, reversing in the air! And the $1 million shot comes off this time for the skipper.
Innovation. Just evades the man at backward point. He was diving away to his left. This is risky business. But Owen Morgan, he's known for playing these types of shots, so he's very comfortable doing this in the power play over as well, just out of it, in fact.
It's a little bit close to him, the length, wasn't it? It was quite full of length. You're right, he's ingenious in the sense that he loves to invent, loves to manipulate bowling, and that was his trademark. When he first arrived on the scene from Ireland in England colours, he had all these different nuances.
Well, speaking of nuances, I love Samit Patel. He's so competitive.
It's great, isn't he?
And he's so different as well. He's not your architectural fit six-pack sort of guy as we know, but he's so clever, so wily, and I tell you, every time he goes out there, he puts himself on the line because he knows he wants to perform and get people out and win.
I'll tell you something as well, Danny, that Samit Patel is so frustrated he's not batting for Islamabad. He's been pushed down the order. He won the man of the match in the domestic T20 competition for Hampshire. This guy here, 65 not out, he made in the final.
Can play.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and I've seen him in the Bangladesh Premier League come out and play some cameo. 7 overs bowled.
6.63 is economy. Brilliant.
We've been impressed with him, it's for sure, seeing him in PSL and another teenager getting an opportunity on the big stage. Winviz. Interesting.
Well, I think that's going to even up. 74% Islamabad. That's because of the 2 early wickets. All kinds of factors are taken in for that computer assessment. Isn't it good to see him, Imad Wasim? He's still not 100%.
Said that when it happened that night, and you and I were sitting around, Wilco, and we're very worried about that. I've seen it happen in different codes, more in the rugby and Aussie rules codes.
Oh,
that's extraordinary. That is extraordinary, and so good to watch Darren Ganga.
He's built a reputation for playing these shots. Owen Morgan. He's very clinical in his stroke play when he chooses this option. Look at that. It's like playing an extra cover drive for a regular batsman. Does it to good effect. Second boundary with that same stroke, and he's not going to stop, Alan.
No, he's not. How well did he hit it? I mean, it wasn't just the bottom air. I mean, he really middled it.
It's almost, he prefers that. He prefers that than going through the other side.
Yeah, the length was full. Sometimes you can get yourself in a tangle when the ball is full, but not Owen Morgan.
The great thing, it takes pressure off Denley. Denley's happy to go at 100% at the moment, 100 strike rate.
Yeah.
And so it just allows someone like the captain to cut loose.
I think the 2 early wickets have just kept Denley a little bit quieter because his normal game is to smack the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been very impressed with his firepower. And of
Had
course,
to miss it sometime, didn't he?
yeah.
So good at it, though.
Finish it,
Ingram, he had a good knock the last time these 2 teams met. Scored 130. More runs will be required from him in this game, I can tell you that. 8 overs gone, 46 for 2.
But he's good. He needs to be here. Yeah, that's right, Wilco. That's the beauty of this. Top 2 sides play off, and it's in the air! There he is! Right on cue, I mean, betcha! You betcha!
Well. The cookie is crumbling here for Karachi Kings. Ahmed Butt only into his 4th year. This is his 5th wicket, and what a big one it is. The captain of the Karachi Kings, just when he looked like he was going to threaten in this particular match, this man strikes, and strikes big.
Yeah, that's a crushing blow because Owen Morgan was looking so good. 21
out of here, and he's back in the dugout after a good little start. So Denley, huge pressure, and he's here with the very first delivery from Ahmed Butt. Sort of nothing really.
What's he doing there, Darren?
Yeah, just choked a bit. I didn't think he expected it to bounce that much. Maybe he was looking for it to go square up.
Yeah.
And the bounce just had him pushing it a little bit straighter, straight to JP Duminy.
Oh, you mentioned it too, and you summed it up beautifully. It's not the same pitch as Sharjah. It's not skidding on quite as much, that sheen effect, with the new ball. We're into the 9th over, but the ball's still hard enough, and it's not sliding on as much as Sharjah. That's what he maybe should have done.
Yeah, just like that. You see, he waited a little bit there. Colin Ingram, that occasion, didn't try to play away from his body, just waited for the ball to come on. Important adjustment to make on this service with the bat.
Oh, 6 overs, the power play. And Kuram Manzoor, that's the stumping that was missed of Samit Patel. Samit Patel has bowled so well in the power play for Islamabad United. Brilliant caught and bowled by Mohammad Sami. And then Babar Azam lasted just 2 balls.
Not exactly what the Kings would have wanted.
Just love that. Watching the seamers, particularly the young talent. I know we harp on about this, but it's part of that's the whole equation of this franchise global T20 circuit. Check it out on social media. You can check out the youngsters, how well they're doing. They're doing so well in terms of getting the ball in the right areas, just shaping it enough, and the batters are doing it okay too.
They certainly are, Danny. Twitter, you're on Twitter, Steely Dan.
I look like Dr. Evil. I do with the Shinwari tunic. I'm happy with that, but I must admit...
it's Sherwani.
Sherwani, that one, yeah, that's it. That guy.
I thought you said Shibani.
Not quite. Shinwari.
Shinwari.
What Sherwani?
Shinwari.
Sherwani.
That's him. Anyway, back to watching it, streaming in Pakistan's cricket gateway.pk, roundtheglobe.com. And a bit of cricket GIF. Highlights and insights. What's this run rate? Gentlemen, it's just not good enough at the moment. 5.5s.
Yeah, they're rebuilding. JP Duminy is captain tonight. And it was that man, Timal Mills, who inflicted this injury in Sharjah on Misbah-ul-Haq. And he hit him a couple of times. And he's gone to hospital. He's got a hairline fracture in the hand.
Yeah. They were aggressive to Misbah-ul-Haq.
Yeah.
Didn't really have much time out in the middle before this game. He's here looking on, giving his support.
That's frustrating massively. But that second one, I reckon the first one and the second one just kicked it off. 9 down, it's 49 for 3. For Misbah.
Broken hand.
Yeah, well, he's cool as ice. And he's got his hand in the ice as well, Danny.
Meanwhile, the 50 comes up for the Kings. Truck been stalled a little bit. Now, Joe Denley and Colin Ingram by nature are attacking batsmen, but I just think that they're not quite firing on all cylinders because they've lost wickets.
Just with that image of Misbah-ul-Haq, I must also say and mention that this is the 9th time that these two teams are playing against each other.
4 all.
4 all.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is really a contest. The winner here will go ahead in terms of dominance against the opposition.
Let's just reiterate for viewers watching in Pakistan, well, around the world as well, that whoever loses this, whoever wins this match tonight goes straight through to the final in Karachi. Whoever loses will have a second bite of the cherry. Danny Morrison, are you in Pakistan? See you in Pakistan. Well, no, he's not yet. But the winner, or the loser rather, will play the winner of Quetta and Peshawar on Tuesday night. That match is on Tuesday, the first eliminator.
Yeah, a lot to play for, particularly in this. You win the toss, you want to bat, you want to post something significant. Tough at the moment for those in blue.
Yeah, you want to bat well, not lose 3 wickets in quick time. Karachi Kings, a huge task they have. Trying to do a recovery here.
And you remember that 6? Sorry, I cut you off there, Darren. It's just a big recovery, isn't it? It has to be.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, and it's just starting to build that much more on Joe Denley. His strike rates come back. Ingram, he's scratching around, and understandably so.
Papara not playing, frustrated, not playing. He's a good man to leave out.
He did very well in the first edition of PSL. Oh, just nearly. Indecision. 10 overs.
And that is a big ball. That is massive. It's gone right up into the stands. And that's what Ingram can do. These two can change it very quickly for the Kings.
First maximum of the innings, and it was worth the wait. Short of a length, and he just swiveled on it, and it's gone the distance, gone a long, long way. He's got power, and he can hurt the opposition in a matter of minutes.
Rest the initiative very quickly. That's the kind of batsman we're talking about, Colin Ingram. Has that been caught? cleanly on the rebound. I'm not too sure. Pepsi catch a crore. We've had 10 catch a crore. Pepsi catch a crore so far. So if that's a clean catch, then probably. So that's 11 in all.
Yeah, I think we're up to 9. We had one 2 days ago, 10, and I think that's 11. And you've said 13 for the tournament.
So I'm looking better than you. You're 12.
If there's another one, Baz, today, I'm saying that it was 12 in the UAE. And then I'll reassess when we get to Pakistan.
Nice save, nice one.
We moved the goalpost. Oh, well done, gentlemen. Yeah, it's been good catching at times. There's been a lot go down as well. They could have been like 25 if they'd all been taken, but very difficult. Flying at velocity. And down comes Danley. Oh, it was close to the man running around at mid-off, but he treads it through just.
Yeah, that shot exemplifies the fact that you can create your own length, you can create your own pace, because this pitch is benign, docile, almost dead for paces. It's a forehand over the infield for 4.
Yeah, and they need that from Denley and Ingram. There's just a little bit of shift in this over. Need to go hard. Just 63 into the 11th. Denley is set and we know what he can do.
He's a good striker and he just got enough on that. It's to the right of cover. It's to the left of mid-off. Just a slight delay. The man out at square leg on the rope has just been pushed behind square. There's a fine leg that's at a 45 angle. Take the single. Owen Morgan getting out was thought tonight might have been his night. 21 from 16. He'd got himself going. And in the end, it was just a simple chip, wasn't it, to mid-wicket?
Yeah, on a slow pitch, you've got to time the ball. At times, you're a little too early into the shot, so you can get a top edge. Who can play an innings like Luke Ronchi? Somebody from Karachi Kings has got to just go till the end at pace, and Joe Denley has got to start. He's got a wonderful start. Got to make it count now.
Oh, it's good fielding, but always a single there. So these two got to find that understanding in the middle. They're 19 from 16. It's just got that potential, though. This partnership, hasn't it? If it really does find its straps, then it could go from 6 runs and over to 8.5 to 9 very quickly.
It's been interesting with Islamabad United's bowling. There's not been a lot of slow ones, not been a lot of short balls either, just concentrated bowling straight, and so far it's worked for them.
Doesn't get hold of that one. Good over though.